ask you to indicate on the chat panel if you would like to go first. Taufik.
How's it, Anrich? Very well bowled. I just wanted to find out, people talk about conditions in cricket and how they change. But here you are, a big bad fast bowler taking wickets in the subcontinent. So, does that say the conditions don't matter as much as people say they do, or do you just tailor your game to those conditions?
Yeah, it's obviously a bit more bounce than we had last game. So I think to try and utilise what you get is quite important. Obviously, plans and things do change. You want to sort of be as tight as possible, not give any work. But I think when we saw an opportunity, especially when the ball's a bit harder, or when the ball was a bit harder, just saw an opportunity to sort of now and then get the short ball through. And I think at the end of the day, it paid off. Having that harder ball, a bit more bounce, still being subcontinent, you still want to try and sort of be on the money with the timing, especially.
We have seen you bowling with speed and getting something out of wicket. Usually it was thought that wicket was not suitable for pace bowler. Do you think it will continue to support pace bowlers in the rest of 3 days?
Sorry, can you just repeat? It broke up. Just repeat.
This pitch, usually it was everyone was of the opinion that this will not suit pace bowlers, and you have taken 5 wickets now. Do you think it will continue to give some support to the pace bowlers for the rest of 3 days?
Yeah, I think with the hard ball there is some bounce, like I said. So if we can utilise the hard ball, I think when the ball does get softer, we haven't had a lot of reverse, if any. I think yesterday we had like a short spell where it was doing a bit, but otherwise there hasn't been a lot in for the seamers. So I think trying to utilise when conditions are in our favour, I think that's going to be important. But I'm not too sure, but maybe the ball, we've seen 1 or 2 balls stay low, so maybe that comes into play a bit more as we go along. So I don't think the fast bowlers will be completely out of it. I think there might be maybe different opportunities or different methods of going about it, but I think we will still be in the game later on.
Thank you.
Followed by Hussein and then Chadri.
Because I can't really hear you, but I think you said it's me next. Hi, Anrich, well bowled. Anrich, how important is it in the development of a fast bowler's career to put in a big performance in the subcontinent? We've heard the batsmen speak about it, but what does this mean to you?
No, definitely it does mean a lot. My first game, and I think I've mentioned it in the past, was in India. And sort of after that, when I look back, I was quite happy. Having my first game there where conditions weren't easy, and I think I learned a lot from that. Obviously try to prepare as much as possible and as good as possible, but just getting a performance in the subcontinent definitely means a lot. But it's like I said, conditions were a bit different, so hopefully you can just grow as a fast bowler. But I've really enjoyed today.
And followed by Hussein.
Thanks to the Qazi. Hi, Anrich, very well bowled. It looked like very hard work there. I mean, you bowled at consistently high pace to be able to drag something out of that pitch. Can you just tell us about how you feeling conditioning wise? I mean, it looks like you're in really good shape. Your rhythm looks good today as well, without sacrificing control either, because as you mentioned, the importance of getting your lines right.
Yeah, coming into this series, there was 1 or 2 things sort of I try to improve on, especially to help me with my lines and control. So I think that's one thing definitely that's helped me over here. Energy-wise, I think we had a chat before the first game even, but after the game as well, about just the energy of the fast bowlers, trying to sort of create something in our spells, not bowl too long, and when we do come on, try and create something. So I think that's exactly what happened this game. for the first inning so far. When we came on, we didn't bowl long spells and we tried to just dig it in as much as possible and obviously hit the wicket as much as possible. So I think that was the planning coming into this game to do the short spells and then just try and have as much energy when you do come on and then go to the boundary or wherever, rest up and be fresh and ready for the next spell again.
Hussein followed by Chaudhary, and then Kanyiso, and then Dennis, you will be allowed to do the
Oh, hi. Can I just ask, amongst all your fifers that you've had, where would you rate this performance?
I think just the fact being in the subcontinent is definitely very special. This is only the third one, so it's only been Wanderers and over here. So, but definitely being here, it definitely makes it more special. As I said, it wasn't your typical wicket we had like last week, where there wasn't a lot of bounce. There was still something in our favour if you came in hard. So, but definitely it's up there with the three that I've had so far.
Chaudhary. Mr. Murisa. Kanyiso, please go.
Thank you, Spokazi. Good afternoon, Anrich, and congratulations on your second 5-wicket haul. You took the last 2 wickets with consecutive balls that put you on a hat trick. But again, Pakistan was just let off the hook with those partnerships that Fahim Ashraf was important in. Do you feel that you guys are just struggling a bit with just getting rid of Pakistan's tail, which has become a trend in the past 2 matches?
I don't think it's become a problem. Obviously, the previous game, especially, they had a lot of partnerships, which is just something we couldn't get any sort of back-to-back wickets. So it's not something we can really control, but I think our energy and our line and length is the controllable. So we haven't focused on them getting partnerships, which I don't think we can control that, but obviously doing our best to try and get, when we do get a sniff, to try and sort of make an impact. I think that's been the important thing. Yes, they've got some partnerships again, but I do think we really bowled well. Even if we didn't get the wickets to control the rates, I think that was really good by all the bowlers.
Arfa Feroz.
Hi Nortje, this is Arfa Feroz from Geo News. Nortje, I want to ask you specifically regarding Fawad Alam. You have bowled him quite well. He has quite sort of unorthodox stance. So how was the experience of bowling him? Does that really distract the bowler from his stance? Tell us something about that.
Sorry, it was breaking up again. Can you just repeat?
I'm asking about the stance of Fawad Alam. He has a bit unorthodox sort of stance. So does that really distract the bowler? What is your experience?
No, not really. Coming into the game, I did think it would, but no, it doesn't actually. When you're in that zone and you're focused, yeah, that's just extra noise. Doesn't affect me.
Khalid H. Khan, and then please indicate for the last 2 questions. Anybody in the chat room, otherwise we'll close with
Anrich, well bowled. My question is, do you think that South Africa losing 4 wickets are now in the position where they have to work very hard to get back into the match?
Yeah, it was unfortunate that we lost 4, but I've got full confidence that we'll come tomorrow and have a good long bat. All the prep has been done, so hopefully we can just get 1 or 2 guys in now and just sort of slowly but surely build a partnership and build some momentum on our side. But I've got full confidence in the batting unit.
Ken, and then we'll close with tennis.
Anrich, you mentioned a good all-round bowling effort, a very good all-round bowling effort, but 272, where do you think that is in relation to par on that pitch and the way it's playing today?
That's always a difficult one. It's easier to judge after both first innings, but I do think we really bowled well. I do think we controlled the rate well. There was one or two opportunities and there was one or two sort of chances that went our way. So I do think we did bowl really well. I think the major thing is about controlling the aggression and controlling our line and length, which, like I said, I feel like we did that well. Besides that, there's not a lot we can do extra. I do think we've restricted them to a total. I do think it's definitely manageable for us to exceed their score. So by no means do I think they got too much on that wicket.
Dennis.
Hi Anrich, ek wil net weet as jy net terugkyk en net verwys na jou eerste toets in Indië. As jy net terugkyk na daai bowler wat jy toe was in Indië einde 2019 en die bowler wat jy nou is, wat is die goeders wat jy opmerk wat die meeste verander het, waar jy en watse aspekte van jou spel het jy die meeste gegroei, watse nuwe vaardighede het jy bygekry wat jy nou 'n beter, meer afgeronde bowler maak?
Ja, ek dink daar's eintlik heel wat ek van daar af geleer het. Ek dink waar by die huis gespeel het, was dit altyd om hard in te hardloop, te probeer vanaf bal en wanneer die bal in die regte area is, het jy half jou balkie gekry meeste van die tyd. Ek dink een van die groot dinge wat ek geleer het was my angles wat ek afloop en baie net my momentum gaan is iets wat ek die laaste ruk groot op gefokus het. Ek kommunikeer altyd met my afrigter wat by OP was, Piet Hoofd, ons probeer altyd baie spesifiek dinge so simpel as moontlik hou. Maar veral die laaste die angles waar het begin, om net so reguit as moontlik te wees en ek dink dis iets wat my baie gehelp het, veral in subcontinent ook. Ek voel wanneer ek partykeer bietjie baie is of hoe ook al, dit tel maklik op en omdat daar nie so baie bonds is, is dit 'n maklike kappe meeste van die tyd en dis iets wat jy in Suid-Afrika jy probeer in daai kanaal kom. Waar hierso plek jy moet amper die paltjies meeste van die tyd tref, so en jy wil ook weer op die leg staan wees. So dis een ding wat ek baie op gefokus het. Hooplik is dit iets wat ek kan half terug van Suid-Afrika toe of as ons daar speel. Ek dink dis iets wat my baie sal help om meer vrae te vra. So ek dink dis die groot ding, my angles en waar my momentum gaan teenoor waar ek in die verlede was, meer die spoed wat ek probeer bowl het, of nie probeer het nie, maar op gefokus het.
Cool, thanks.
Thanks very much, everybody. Have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.